So let's take a look at our concept. Imagine you were given a task and required some motion graphing work in 3D. So instead of doing this in 2D or in After Effects, we're going to be bringing this concept, we're going to be building it in 3D Studio Max and try to create this living user interface world by using P-Flow and animating with scale and visibility, and we're basically going to try to script this whole entire thing out. So in this concept right here, everything pretty much everything flows together. We have menus, we have this text, and we have these circular designs and everything that sort of fit into this sort of just this digital UI world here. And taking a look at some of the shapes, which we build in Adobe Illustrator, we're basically going to take these and try to make everything alive in 3D Studio Max. And so everything pretty much has a pretty much work together in a linear way. We have our menus, and we have like this little pop-up text. So it's going to be really like you're living in this digital computer world where you have your user interface, and you have like just all these little details and all these little things going on around you. So you've probably seen it before. So it's a really cool effect, and we're gonna go through some of the ways of just trying to build some of these on, and trying to build some of these things on, and making them go away and stuff like that. So we're building everything with all these layers and stuff. And basically we're taking what we did in Photoshop concept file, where we have all these layers. We're basically just layering everything together and just trying to make everything so that it just lives together in this one digital world here. And also in the end, when we have the final effect, try to play with color and maybe try to add more detail into the animations, put in more groups of just little animations that we create, and try to build this more bigger world around this. So that means we're going to be putting on our graphic design hat and our animation hat, and basically try to script out these events in 3D Studio Max and put it all together using an animated camera. We're going to try to travel through this digital UI, and you just see how all this is really put together. And working with P-Flow and stuff like that, get a really good idea of adding just that little extra touch. So we will be dealing with P-Flow a lot. We'll be dealing with editing operators and working with the forces, just seeing how gravity works and vortex drag. We'll get to it when we get in there. You'll see some really cool stuff, and just how just how the emitter works and how it's affected by other things. So we're gonna be going through all that to try to again create and build this really cool floating user interface, and taking a look at just some of the other things that we're going to be doing is animating the scale. And what I'm showing you right here is you see all these pieces of geometry, all of it's rotated and it's offset a bit. Taking that and projecting our texture maps that we created in Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, applying that to these pieces of geometry, and just trying to mess with, again, different ways of scaling it and rotating it, and just to build everything on. So we'll make groups of these. We'll make groups of these things so that we can add a lot more detail and a lot more cool stuff happening. And making groups and scaling things one after another on plane on pieces of geometry. So we're really going to try to do the best to take the concept that we have here and just try to apply it. So again, it's really a lot about just the layering. So you really have to look at the concept and just pretty much just try to do your best to try to put everything together. So we're going to cover a lot of stuff. It's going to be fun. So in the next section, we're basically going to jump right into P-Flow. We're going to create our effect. So we're going to really get into the really fun part, fun part about all this, and just trying to put together the concept that we have and just get a really good idea of it. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next section.